why don't we talk about Coach of the Year? Because I know that you have someone that you want to talk about. So I'll let you take the floor first and talk about your prediction for Coach of the Year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's out there listening right now, I got a couple of these on the awards. I'm not 100% positive will go the way I'm predicting, but for the Coach of the Year, I am very, very positive that it will be Mike Vrabel. And I am not just saying that because I'm a Patriots fan. I just think everything we've talked about in this show it's going to come together. You're going to see the Patriots have success. They're going to be a 10 to 11, 11 win team this year. And I think that is just going to propel Vrabel's popularity throughout the league. And I think he's surefire man to win it. And I believe the odds in Las Vegas are agreeing with me because I believe he is the highest odds, if I'm not wrong, to win it right now.
So I was just about to bring that up. It depends where you look. I'm on a website called Vegas Insider, so sounds like it's pretty reputable. It has like odds for other awards. It says odds from different sites that you can bet on, but the person with the highest odds right now is Ben Johnson with the Bears. Mike Vrabel has the second best odds, and then Liam Cohen, Kellen Moore those are the top four. And those are all first year head coaches. So it definitely seems like the way that it's going to lean is a new coach inheriting a bad team. And then if they turn that team around, then they have a pretty good chance at winning Coach of the Year. And I think Vrabel has a huge opportunity to do that with the Patriots. So I think that's a great pick. Obviously, he has great odds to win it. I didn't want, like, a lot of these predictions, I avoided the number one guy. Ben Johnson feels like a very similar situation to Vrabel, where he's inheriting a team with, that did really bad last year, but it has some good pieces. And then he brought in other pieces to fit into his system. And that's pretty much exactly what Vrabel's doing too. Vrabel's doing it on the defensive side of the ball, but getting Travion Henderson is huge. Hopefully Kyle Williams pans out for them, and I think the future looks really bright in New England. So I think that he has a good shot. My prediction, I am going a little bit further down on the list of probability. This guy is, just according to this one site, is the sixth most likely. I'm going with Sean Payton.
That's a respectable pick.
So obviously he's been in a league for a long time with the Saints. I don't know if he ever won Coach of the Year with the Saints. Probably should have looked that up, but I think last year he took a team that was not great, or even before that, he was the coach a year before that as well, had a bad team. This year he gets his quarterback. He finally makes all the changes he wants to make and implements his system, and it works, and things are clicking. There's some pieces that are like, some growing pains, right? And they get blown out in the playoffs. No one expected them to be like Super Bowl right away. But my prediction is that this year he builds on that good season that they had last year and does even better this year. I think the Broncos finish 11 to 12 wins. And I think the most important piece for the Broncos when it comes to Sean Payton winning Coach of the Year is competing with Kansas City for the number one seed in the AFC West. And I think that they go into week 17 of the season tied with the Kansas City Chiefs for the lead in the division. And guess who they play on Christmas Day in week 17 is the Kansas City Chiefs. Prime time. I think they have an absolute nail biter, barn burner insane primetime Christmas game with the Chiefs, and I think they beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day, and I think that is the biggest item on Sean Payton's resume when it comes to winning Coach of the Year. So that's why I think it's Sean Payton.
Dude, I'm not gonna get too into it because we're gonna talk a lot about records and all of that next week. But I love that take from you. I have the Broncos right as of right now, finishing first or second or third in the whole AFC. And like I said, well, I'll get into that more next week. But I love the culture. I love everything that Sean Payton has done. I am a huge Bo Nix guy this year. I don't think he's gonna have a sophomore slump. I think he's gonna go out there and kill it. And to end that, one important thing you gotta remember is that they should have beat the Chiefs this year. If you remember that game, they lost because of a blocked field goal. So this is a team that was not way behind the Chiefs in terms of roster talent. Like they are maybe at the same level right now.
Yep.
And I like you said, I think that translates well for Sean Payton, and he has a very valid shot to win it.
100%. They were a blocked kick away last year from beating the Chiefs. And then the other time they played the Chiefs was the last week of the season. The Chiefs rested all their starters and the Broncos completely blew them out. But, that's the second stringers. So sure, they beat the Chiefs, but that doesn't count in my book because the Chiefs have owned the Broncos for pretty much Patrick Mahomes' whole career. He was undefeated against them for a while. So I think taking them down is huge for the Broncos as a team and definitely for Sean Payton as a coach.